Back with another video. Let me turn the radio off. Probably should have done that before I started. There we go. And that should be on. Anywho, I'm back with another video, and it's not what that looked like. Anyhow, I'm going to make another video on camping. I had one on my old channel, which is John the Electron Man Insert, and this one's John the Electron Man, so different channels, but just about identical names. Figured I'd make a video on what I packed. That right there is empty. I took everything out of it. It's a Army duffel bag. I paid $10 for it at a flea market. Great for carrying camping supplies. Then right here, this is like rope and stuff for hanging food. I carry a 3-person tent when I go camping. Boy Scouts shovel, multi-purpose shovel. Then that shirt there I use is like a rag. Then I've got my 10-inch blade survival knife. Very nice, by the way. It's got animal snares, snake bite kits, grinding stones. What my mama's dad used to call a P58 or a P54 or something. But right there I'm using like duct tape, textured duct tape, because it's got a nice grip to it. You're able to keep a grip on it better. My NRA bag, National Rifles Association. It's got a built-in blanket in it. And I've got a cheap pair of binoculars and a nice pair of binoculars. My Coleman lantern. And then right here, I've got hydrogen peroxide for cleaning. I had a sandblasting accident, blasted all the skin off my hand. Didn't feel good off that one part of my hand. And here's, I guess this is the star of the whole thing. This is something I always carry with me whenever I go camping. This is the #1 thing I make sure I pack. Zippo hand warmer. Perfect for winter or cold mornings. Charger, which I most likely won't ever need that when I'm out in the woods. Water bottle carrier. It's got a carabiner, and that goes around the neck of the bottle. You can clip it to you. Listerine. Then I've got my high frequency Biofang. I call it an HF radio because it's high frequency. Well, not really, because AM actually goes into the higher spectrum of the band than FM does. Works great. It's a good little radio to keep on me, and I keep it charged too. The manual for it, so that way if I'm out there and I need a little bit of guidance on helping figure out if there's something wrong with it or something. UHF, VHF, transceiver, user manual. Digital, can't remember what it is. Digital system processing or something. No, digital signal processing system. I think it can code up to like 800 different frequencies or something, I don't know. Sharpening stone for knives. Speed stick, deodorant. And then here's something. Well, besides this is just soap I carry with me. And I carry ibuprofen. I think that's what it is. No. I don't know how to pronounce that. I think it's pretty much just caffeine and a pill to help with headaches. I carry me a fire starter. Great thing to have. 6 of these little miniature fire starters. Then I've got this, this is actually antique right here, but I carry it with me anyway. Bandage, plaster of Paris. It's pretty much a cast in a can. You add water to it, and it's got like pretty much cement mixed in with gauze. You wrap it on the affected area and let it dry, and it hardens. And here's a wood stove, a Sterno wood stove. You're supposed to use it with Sterno fluid, but I'm cheap. I don't want to. the sterno fluid costs about as much as these little. It's basically a rack. Here, let me set it up. I haven't set the thing up in a while. Only had the chance to use it once. What's that? You know, it's like soap or something, deodorant. Anywho, it's a nice little thing to carry with you. Ah, cut my wrist open again. There you go. I just put like a little wood fire in there, close it up. And this, if you want to, you could use this like a little miniature grill. You can grill some patties or something on it. Although the grate's a little bit spread out, there's flies flying everywhere. Yeah, I killed that fly. Good. I don't like flies. They get in my way all the time. And it folds up nice and compact. It's got like a 3/4 inch profile when folded. Camp fuel for that thing right there. And it can also be used for the sterno, not sterno, but the Coleman gas stove. And then here's my little homemade wood stove I made in my old channel. It's made of a copper sheet that I pulled out of an old one of those infrared heaters. Carry a few pocket knives, Kool-Aid. That way, if I want to have something to drink besides water, I can mix it in with it. And then in the base of it, I used an Altoid tin for a starter. And whatever you don't use in there, when you start the fire, it bakes all the moisture out of it, so it starts easy. Spare mantles for my lantern. That way, I don't have to worry about running out of it. And I've got bar soap. It's that Irish Spring, the cheap stuff. Hey, it may be cheap, but it's good to have. My favorite lighter. I made my own fuel for this a while back because I was a little bit desperate and didn't have anything for it. I was using it's a mixture of gasoline and kerosene. If you mix it together just right, you can actually make Zippo lighter fluid, but I wouldn't suggest doing it but if you do it, you do it on your own risk. I have nothing to do with it. I did not advise you to do this, just to let you know. Because I don't want to be one of those people that get blamed for somebody else's fail. So it's always best, if you're doing a video like this and you're doing something dangerous and you talk about it, you say you have nothing to do with it. If you do it, it's at your own risk, so that way you don't take a chance of getting a lawsuit or something filed on you. But I always carry headache medicine just in case I need it. Normally I have my acid reflux medicine in here, like it's like an off-brand Tums. You can put my little sterno wood stove back in there. And I need to get my little camping pot out. But this thing right here is amazing. I love it. I don't normally suggest to buy stuff because I buy it for myself and I don't really recommend it. But this Zippo hand warmer, if you buy it, you don't go wrong. Sometimes they can be stubborn to light, but once you get them lit, they work great. Really great. It's got a really thin profile, about actually thinner than a wallet. But it can be dangerous because it is a form of ignition source, and you want to make sure you don't pack it in with something while it's lit, so make sure you extinguish it before storing it. Because I've had a tendency, I know not to do that stuff, store it while it's lit, but I've accidentally mistaked it being out and stuck it in places. So I just suggest making sure it's 100% out before you fool around with it. And you stick that down in there. Anywho, I always carry my bio thing. It may be, I'll admit it, I'm not the biggest fan of Chinese made stuff. I mean, some of this stuff's alright, like this radio here. It's done great. It's a really great transceiver to have. And one thing about it, the only thing that makes it dangerous to own one is it's 4 watts in your hand. That's worse than an old one of those old brick phones, or just about as bad, maybe. I don't know, they might have been worse, but all I know is 4 watts of RF power in your hand right next to your head when you key it up isn't safe, because it does put out a form of radiation. But they are really good radios because they reach out a long ways. And then this is one that's got a golden connector on it. $14 for this, just this antenna, because I did not want to use the stock antenna, because the original one was just so short and it didn't do as great. And I just farted, sorry. But anywho, nobody else is out here except me, and maybe the people watching this, or on here watching it and listening, so it doesn't really matter. Didn't mean to do it still, but anywho, I have a tendency, and I feel like it's a good thing to do what I do. I have a tendency to pack more than what I need, because you always want to plan for the worst. If you're going for a weekend, you plan to stay for a week, because you don't know what might happen. Who knows, you may just want to stay longer, or something happens, you get lost, or you get trapped in an area due to a natural disaster. You want to be prepared for what might happen or come up. Oh, and something I don't recommend to do it, but it works for me. Do it at your own risk. The same fluid you use to fuel these Coleman lanterns will also fuel your Zippo. It does smoke a little bit, but don't get me wrong, it works pretty good. Smokes a little bit. Smells like kerosene. Wait a minute, no, that's from the old fuel I'd made in it. I was desperate and I wanted to be able to use it, so I did that. And if you're going to a campsite, you definitely want to carry one of these. A lockable pouch to put your money and your phone in. And then I carry foot powder. It's just off-brand. And then charger for my headlamp, which isn't in the kit right now. And pocket knife. Always good stuff to have. And I use this tow rope here. That way if you want to climb up in a tree and hang your food so a bear don't get to it, you'll be better off that way. I'm about to have to end the video here soon, for the simple fact that I can only upload like 15-minute videos. I did verify my account, but it still just won't let me upload videos longer than 15 minutes. Claims I've had a copyright strike against me, or somebody has ex-nayed my video AA. Anywho, there's the wood stove I made. This thing, I think I've turned off autofocus by accident, but I need to fix it. Anyhow, I need to end the video here quick. But this is stuff I normally carry. Last time I made the video, I spreaded that bag out in the yard so that way things would spread out more evenly. But this time I was just lazy. And it's always good to carry this, especially if you get in a situation like that. It didn't feel good. Really didn't feel good. But I'm not one to cry over things. I just deal with the pain and get over it. Because if you sit there crying about it, there's no point in it. You don't get nothing done. But anyhow, I'm going to end the video here. This is John the Electro Man. See you guys later. I do weird hand signs for no reason. Alright, bye.